Hi, this is my very first stream. This is Aunt Jan, and I am here to talk about many things, to uplift, to educate, to enlighten, and to get to know many, many people. Just made a big move from the East Coast, lived on the West Coast for a while, moved back to the East Coast, up in the beautiful green mountains, soaking in the nature, sometimes rain, and just want to get to know everybody and get my message out there. I guess the first thing I want to discuss is just the difference between the West Coast and the East Coast. And although I love the West Coast, I love the outdoors, nothing is better, the skiing is better, everything's better. It's just a different way of life, and I came back to the East to be more grounded to my roots and to nature and family and good food. Traveling across the country, there's great food everywhere. New Orleans, San Francisco, you can find good food in different places, but honestly, to me, the best food is on the East Coast. New York, Boston, New Jersey. And then I went up into New England and found a whole different way, a very hidden way. I don't know if many people know how truly helpful it is, and how serene and laid back, and the local people are mellow. There's literally the stress they just handle differently, I think, than other people. And it's so refreshing to be here. And one of the biggest differences that I noticed was the food. So one of my areas I want to discuss is food and the benefits of healthful food and how it can change your life. It can heal you. You can think better. You will feel better. Your body will function better. You'll be freer from disease. And how important it is to be very careful about what you eat, when you eat it, what the ingredients are. The one thing I noticed about the West Coast, to me, was the convenience of having fast food everywhere, over and over, and repeated. You could find 4 Taco Bells within just a few miles. You could find McDonald's, and then Chick-fil-A. Oh my gosh, we had that in the East Coast back in the 80s in a mall, and all of a sudden it came to the West Coast and everybody went crazy for fried chicken. And we all know fried foods are not that healthful, but yet everybody went crazy. So last year they were competing, all the restaurants were all trying to make a sandwich that would compete with the Chick-fil-A fried chicken sandwich. And it tastes good, but have you seen how many ingredients are in it? It's 58 ingredients in one sandwich. One sandwich. That's including everything in the bun, the sauces, the chicken, everything. So we really started, although I've gone through stages of being very, very healthy, being a lacto-ovotarian in college years ago, almost a complete vegan at one time, and then life changes, things happen, and then those good habits sometimes go to the side, like when you're smelling good food all the time, or like I said, when we were on the West Coast, when we lived so close to every fast food, every convenience, every chain, just right there. You get off work, go get something, instead of really being conscious and aware. And I remember what I learned in nutrition in college. I know to eat low on the food chain and stay on the outside of the grocery store and stick to non-processed foods, and yet my taste buds and the smell when they're blowing out hamburger smells and everything would override what I knew was better to do. So one of the first things, and just moved out here a few months ago from West Coast to East Coast, one of the first things that I noticed in my changes of everything was the food. And now I'm in an area that's more rural, and things are not so convenient. So a grocery store is not as close, and there's not as much fast food, and I started to eat more at home. But it also, I started to research and look and try some new little mom and pop and not chain. It was nice to have restaurants that weren't just chain restaurants like Olive Garden. Different individual entrepreneurs, individually owned restaurants with this great healthful food. And we started to find, oh my gosh, the most amazing flavors. It's like my taste buds just woke up, and everything from fresh homemade ice cream with there's lots of dairy farms here, and the cheese and the fresh ground coffee, fresh roasted coffees. It changed me. These new flavors and senses and smells, it made it so much easier. And it just kind of, my other cravings after a while just kind of subsided. The easiest way I've ever lost weight in my life, I've always battled my weight my entire life, and sometimes it was such a struggle, but I've lost probably, oh my goodness, almost 15 pounds since I've been here. 10, maybe 15, because I'm eating better. I'm more conscious of what I'm eating. I'm reading labels more, and what I do buy out, I'm not going to fast food restaurants anymore. Even Starbucks, I was a Starbucks person that would go many times, more than once a day. No more. We have an espresso machine here now. We make our own coffee. We buy fresh roasted coffee. And if you add up, maybe it costs a little bit to buy that espresso machine and to buy really good coffee, but think of how much you'd be saving rather than stopping at a Starbucks every morning. The drive time there and sitting in line, I think I sat in line for 20 minutes or a half hour sometimes. You can make your own espresso at home in half that time, put it in a cup and take it with you. So there's so many good reasons. And what I want to do is, every time I come on, I want to go out and try some of the different foods, drinks, some of the local flavors of this area, and share them with you, and show you what we have, and give you an idea of this amazing, amazing place that anybody could call home or visit or vacation. But hopefully it will inspire you as well to take a look at what you're eating and why you're eating it and how you're eating it and how much you're eating. And if I could stop the fast food, from work, going to Sonic, getting the chili cheese tater tots with onions on top and a strawberry drink, when you look at all the sugars that are pumped in there, even on the french fries, they add sugar. All that sugar is so unhealthful. And once you start, it's almost like a detox. Once you start to get away from it, you don't crave it anymore. It's just getting through that first period of that. So with that, I think I'll stop here. I just wanted to introduce myself, and again, this is Aunt Jan, and I'm up in New England, and I came from the West Coast, and now I'm on the East Coast, and I have so much to share.